For many across the country, pharmacies are slowly disappearing. Research shows pharmacy deserts continue to grow, particularly in rural counties. But a new grant received by a local college here in the state line hopes to address it, if not change it. Eyewitness reporter Blake Dietz learned more. Blake, what college is receiving these grants?
Wendell, it's the Retsky College of Pharmacy at Rockford, and data shows only 12% of pharmacists serve the rural community that makes up 20% of the total population. Now, the nearly $900,000 grant hopes to recruit more pharmacists to serve these underserved areas.
This one is Joe Davies County. When we move over to Stevenson County.
Dr. Heidi Olson of UIC Retsky College of Pharmacy at Rockford points out a significant concern in local rural communities, a growing lack of pharmacies.
We're surrounded by counties that have significant pharmacy deserts. The trend over the last 20 years is that the small independent pharmacies that often are the only ones serving rural communities, they've closed.
A new $864,000 grant looks to be a remedy.
The grant that we got came from McKesson Foundation, and the purpose of the grant is to help support and train pharmacists for practice in rural communities. Being in Rockford, we are ideally located to help implement this grant. We have the grant to help us train students for rural pharmacy, but we also have pharmacists in rural communities that also want to train pharmacy students.
So right here we have a discus inhaler.
Third-year pharmacy student Austin Fleming says the grant is already making an impact among students.
I know people personally in my grade, this is the first year that it's coming out, and they're already taking advantage of these opportunities to go into these smaller towns and at least experience it when they otherwise would not have. We're definitely taking steps to have more practicing pharmacists.
For Olson, it's just what the doctor ordered.
The timing of this grant is perfect because I feel like the situation in rural pharmacy and in rural communities is dire at this point. So we really want to make sure that we're utilizing this money to get our students trained and prepared to practice in those communities and increase the chances that they'll think about going to a rural pharmacy when they finish pharmacy school.
The college plans to host recruitment events in rural towns with that grant money. The first is scheduled for late March in the Mount Vernon area. Wendell?